What's going on? It's Cavalier, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper's favorite rapper's favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Back by Niche Demand. We going over verse 2 of Pears, my first single from the project Different Type Time. Let's hop into it. The picture be like real niggas, we don't fade. I hear the whispers, but you bumping my tape. Basically just saying that you can't run the fade on me, homie. Nah, yeah, you know. The picture be like real niggas, we don't fade, right? It's here to last. It's a real impression. I hear the whispers, but you bumping my tape. It's a lot of like critique. We're in this culture of critique these days, but yet you're still listening, and in this culture of social media, you're still watching for sure. You're definitely watching. It's superb like a crepe or a cape, but it's whatevs. You herbs get burned in the papes when I take breaths. It's superb. It's superb like a crepe or a cape, but it's whatevs. Crepes are tasty, right? It's superb, but it's super, right? Like a cape. You herbs get burned in the papes when I take breaths. That's old New York slang, man. Shut up, you herb. A herb is like somebody corny. Don't know what you thought or what you thought it to be. I hear you talking, you ain't talking to me. They still ignoring the real portrait of Dorian Gray. The Portrait of Dorian Gray is a book by Oscar Wilde. It's about this man, Dorian Gray, who kind of had a really evil, nasty character, but he was very beautiful on the outside. And this painting, this portrait that he kept of himself hidden away, is what bore the brunt of all his evils. It aged and it got decrepit and nasty. Kind of like some of y'all with these Instagram filters, and I feel like I referenced that, kind of talking about what's behind the scenes, what's behind the veil of what's seemingly beautiful but is really pretty terrible. Kind of like the music industry. I sit alone in my four-cornered room staring at candles, reading books. That sort of thing an audience ought to be seeing fake. I'm being great. I did it with Mogilla, Q, Paul, Iman, and Malik. I did it with Mogilla, Q, Paul, Iman, and Malik is referring to a lot of producers that I did this with, whether it's from the Chief album to Private Stock. Mogilla, Q being Quelle Chris, Paul being Bay Bro, Iman Omari, and Malik Abdul-Rahmaan, who produced this track. I'm more Toussaint than puta, not even poquito. That's a reference to Toussaint Louverture, the Haitian revolutionary who helped lead the charge for Haiti's independence. I'm more revolutionary than puta. I'm more revolutionary than bitch made. You know what I'm saying? For keeps. Don't got it for mooches or the cheapos. Please. You don't want no trouble here. Don't got it for mooches or the cheapos. Please. I don't know if y'all ever heard Minnie the Moocher. I'm like a descendant of Cab Calloway.
Hey folks, here's a story about Minnie the Moocher.
Howdy ho. On guard, keep it a buck, stack 100, a thou wow. All of these clown mouths should bow out or stand down like you have gout. That's just all the ways to keep it real, man. A buck, that's 100. A buck is 100. A stack is a thou wow, right? So I'm keeping it a buck, 100, a stack, and a thou wow. All of these clown mouths should bow out. Y'all should give it a rest, man. Or stand down like you have gout, right? Gout affects the feet. Stand down, right?
I could barely walk. I got the gout.
It's now too many rounds. Throw in the towels of sham wows. Shout outs to sham wow. Sham wowsies. My Simbas pounce. Snuck in the snub nose. The snout go blow blow. My Simbas pounce, right? My Simbas, yo, those are my sons, right? If I'm a king, that's right, king. My Simbas pounce, right? Simba's the son of the king. My Simbas pounce, right? Snuck in the snub nose. The snout go blow blow. I like the animal theme there, right? Simba being a lion, the snub nose, the snout, right? A pig has a snout, which is a snub nose. It goes blow blow, which is a return to the firearm, but it's playing on the whole, urban jungle thing. I'm what amounts from black pudding and sauce, smoking blacks rolled in a crooked owl. Black pudding and sauce is a Caribbean and South American dish traditionally, or probably African, but it involves a blood sausage that's potato filled and essentially pickled pig's feet. So you get the snout theme kind of carrying into that. But I'm with a mouse from Black Put in the South, and I'm just shouting out the ethnic upbringing I had. Smoking blacks rolled in a crooked out. I don't know if you're from the era of Brooklyn I'm from, you know about blacks. Blacks was crazy. Blacks was like, I don't know, cannabis resin, some unknown, it was probably opium. You got it from the rosters and would add it to your weed, and you would be like waking up a week later.
If you desperate, you can get it from the risers in Washington Square Park, but that stuff ain't even weed most of the time.
They rookies to Brooklyn, they never looked at the towers. People kind of take on this facade like just because they've been there a while, they're entitled enough to act like they're really from there. And I think a lot of them are rookies. They're rookies to Brooklyn, they never looked at the towers, meaning they wasn't here when those towers fell. They don't know that trauma. They soapy-mouthed, loose lips, breaking the bow. I'm on the bow of my own ship, taking the bow. They taking the vows on guard. Bow, bow, bow. They soapy mouthed, loose lips. So you get soap in your mouth when you say the wrong thing, right? And soapy mouth, slippery, loose lips. They also talking too much. So they soapy mouth, loose lips. They breaking the bow. I'm on the bow of my own ship, taking a bow, right? We got bow, bow, and bow. Homophones, baby. I'm on the bow of my own ship, taking a bow. They taking the vows on God. They out here, man. They taking them vows. Them people, yo. They taking the vows. A lot of people take oaths and vows to situations, organizations, things that I don't represent on God. You already know what it is. This is Cavalier. That's the second verse of Pears, Decoded, the first single from my tape, Different Type Time, coming soon. Peace.